Hello and welcome to Motors for the Masses, and we are here at Snetterton on the 10th of May, and it's my brother's birthday. Happy birthday to my brother, and there goes that hammer again. We're at a track, what do you expect? This is my first ever track day. I've got my leotard on, James got his cigarette on, he's got his hammer in his hand. So, yes, I hope the weather stays away. Well, no, weather, that's the silly thing to say, isn't it? I hope the rain stays away and the blue sky that is currently ahead stays. Unfortunately, it started raining yesterday afternoon and it didn't stop until about 6 o'clock this morning.
Something like that.
So, fingers crossed. I've got my baby band on, now about to do noise testing, and then it's out on track. So stay tuned and let's see what happens. So, let's roll the intro and get cracking. Crack! just having a first session, and unfortunately it didn't go very well. It started raining halfway through, and we had 2 red flags. One lap just to warm the tyres up, and then red flag had to come in. Back onto the grid, out again, 1 lap, red flag again, someone went down over on the corner. So yeah, brilliant so far. Still, I'm slow, and I'm sorry the footage may be boring, but I am slow because it's brand new tyres, a bike I've never ridden before, never been on a track before, not making excuses, but you know, I'll get there.
Where is it?
So, a little bit of a debrief. Now we're trapped in the front of the van because we just left and we've just had our fill of a popular Golden Arch refreshment. So I couldn't bother to get out and set everything up because it's tiring, and so yeah, we're doing this. So the day, well, I went out with the instructor for the last session, and he gave me some great advice. He did actually say that I'm not frightened of the throttle. He was very impressed with the speed, impressed with the my late braking, impressed with my cornering, but I can be quicker in the corners. I know that. Cornering was not my forte. I'm too slow in the corners, I get that, but it's my first track day. It was damp to start with. I've now got no excuse because it warmed up during the day. I'm not making excuses, you know. I'm on a bike I've never ridden before, on brand new tyres, doing a track day that I've never done before, in the novice group with people that really should not have been in the novice group. In fact, my instructor did say he was going to chase one of them. If he wasn't with me, he was going to chase one of them because he should no way have been in the novice group. Came on the inside of me, almost laying flat. Obviously I can't look behind and I've got no mirrors, and it didn't frighten me, it just sort of come up unexpected really. But I survived though. I didn't have any offs. I didn't bin it. No grapes are required to any hospital visitations.
That's good.
Yeah, and I'm glad I did it, and I would definitely do it again.
And the end of the day, the corner speed is what you wanted to do it for anyway, wasn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
Just build up your confidence in the corners anyway.
Yes, yes. I mean, I scrubbed off more than I've scrubbed off on any tyre ever. To me, that's a win. So, yes, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the footage. Hope it's not too boring for you. I haven't sped it up, so it is as slow as it seems.
It's got no excuse for being behind now, though.
I'm not behind. I'm never behind. I'm not. Well, I'm behind you, but I'm never behind everyone. I'm never last. I'm usually second behind you. I'm never in front of you.
Actually, the last time someone else was second, you gave an excuse why you were second, didn't you?
What was that?
You had your little speed wobble or whatever it was. Which disappeared.
On a private track.
It disappeared.
On a private track.
Disappeared, yes. It did.
It did. It did. It was the road surface mixed with the weather. I don't know.
Yeah, so no more wobbles.
No. But it was enjoyable. I'm so glad I did it. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend you doing it. You don't need to get your own track bike, but I'm glad I did, because then you're not frightened of putting it down. When you're on your road bike, you've got to get it home, or it's your pride and joy that you spent a lot of money on, and the last thing you want to do is bin it. So a cheap track bike is ideal, because you can thrash it round without the worry that if I do bin it, oh, it's going to cost me a fortune, but it's my only bike and all that.
There was plenty of people there today who didn't care about money. They got plenty of special, very expensive bikes. And
there's quite a few people that went down as well. The rescue van went out quite a few times, and I wasn't one of them. Success. To me, that's a bonus.
There was nearly a thought of it though. He was 45 minutes late coming back after a session. I was thinking, well, where is he?
It's only because the instructor was talking a lot. He was very good, very knowledgeable, to be honest. Very good chap. I'm glad I paid for an instructor, because he gave me a lot of advice on where to position myself. He was pretty pleased with, as I say, he was pleased with my acceleration. He said, I've got no problems with acceleration. I'm certainly not frightened of the throttle. He said a lot of people go on there, especially novices, and they feather the throttle, and they're frightened of opening it up. And he said I pulled out of the corners at the right speed. I braked later than he expected me to, which is good, because I made all the corners. But I do need to have the confidence to push it down a lot more in a corner. But he did help me on where to position myself, as I say, on the bike. To me it's a bit alien hanging off the bike, but he explained it in a different way, and also where to put my feet, because my that's one thing he did say that I do that I shouldn't do, and that's use the rear brake.
Yeah.
He said on track, never use the rear brake, and I was using the rear brake. So yeah, that was good. One thing I will definitely do for next time is I need a lighter clutch because it was really heavy. Obviously I wasn't using the clutch going up the gears, but going down the gears I was, and it was getting really heavy. You felt at the end and it felt really stiff.
Yeah, I think it's probably just a cable routing and new cable sort that out, I think.
So clutch, he did recommend a slipper clutch, and what else did we say I was going to change?
Is that right?
Oh, paddock stands, because getting it on and off that ABBA lift was a pain in the arse, wasn't it? Every time I put the tyre warmers on, nightmare. Whereas with the paddock stands, you just whoop, whoop. Should have bought them, but we didn't. So yes, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back next time with our trip. I'll bring you the details of that in another video. It's not as straightforward as it sounds. It's still happening, and it's still happening next weekend.
It's just a palaver sorting it all out.
Yeah, we just don't quite know where we are with what yet. But I'll explain more in another video. So until next time, please ride and drive carefully, but have fun.
Bye.